everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So y'all, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions for the most part on these 3 Love Shack fragrances that you can get at Sephora. And these are relatively new, and when I looked them up on Fragrantica, they all say that they came out this year. But for some reason, this brand, this look seems familiar to me. I don't know. So y'all tell me, because I did not have time to research or any of that. Did they come out before and leave or something? Or am I just imagining things? Could be. But I have and I don't have the box, y'all, but I have the 3 travel sprays of the 3 fragrances that I purchased during the Sephora holiday savings event. If you haven't seen my haul from that video, I will link it above. Check it out. And I wanted to finally review these for you. Now, my plan, my goal was to wear them, tell you all about the fragrances, but that didn't happen. And we're getting ready to be in December, and I got these in October, I believe, and whenever the Sephora sale was. It's been a minute, and I haven't talked to you all about these fragrances yet. I haven't smelled but one of them because I was preparing for the video, smelled one, and then life happened. And I didn't get to complete the others. And then I said, you know what? We're going to do a casual video where I smell them, tell you what I think, especially when I looked up the notes, y'all. And look, I took all this time to look up the notes once I got in from work because it has been a day. Let me just say that. And I was like, okay, let me write the notes down. And when I saw how simple these notes are, each of these fragrances only has 3 notes. But guess what? The notes are actually on the back of the travel sprays. So I didn't even have to look up these fragrances on Fragrantica and write down these notes because they were right here for me. But that is the day I'm having. So the first fragrance we're going to talk about is Loveshackfancy Moon Dance, and this is the one I believe I've smelled when I was first planning to start doing my research and work for this video. So Moon Dance has notes of velvet rose, dreamwood, and magnolia. And since I took the time to write these down, let's check what Fragrantica has. So Fragrantica for Moon Dance, the notes they have are rose, magnolia, and sandalwood. So I think they're pretty similar. So let's spray Moon Dance. Yeah, when I sprayed this initially, I liked it, and I still do. I wouldn't say it's love at first sniff, but it's like at first sniff. You have to like rose. You have to like floral fragrances. I would say, well, I'm not going to say that yet. Let's smell them all. But this is kind of a creamy, jammy, rosy scent in the beginning. Potent. Very pretty though, but right now just keep smelling it. I had like a pain go through my head. And so this is one, like I said, this Moon Dance is potent. It is strong, but I'm also not feeling great. And I can smell that magnolia. To me, for some reason, magnolia in fragrances makes me think white, clean, sometimes a little creamy, a little high-end smelling if it's done right. And that's what this is giving me. This is giving me a pretty, floral, creamy, sweet in a floral way fragrance. I'm not really getting any wood. I'm not getting any woodiness coming out. At least not yet. But on initial spray, I like it. I still like it. I would say Moon Dance, to me, I can't think of a fragrance off the top of my head that it smells exactly like, but I will say it smells, the DNA smells familiar. Let's go with that. It doesn't smell like something I feel like I've never smelled before, but a good thing is it also doesn't smell like something, it doesn't smell like I can say, oh, I smell this and it reminds me of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fragrances, because that has happened while smelling and reviewing other fragrances. But this one, I cannot honestly think of a fragrance it reminds me of off the top of my head. But the scent profile, the scent DNA, it reminds me of, you know, I've smelled not fruity. I've smelled sweet, floral, rose, a little creamy. I've smelled this DNA. It's pretty. It's, to me, mainstream. I would say it's crowd pleasing. And I really do like it. It is a really nice fragrance. But I want to also say I have not sprayed these on my skin. But I have never had it happen to me that I can remember. Because I don't need somebody saying, girl, you remember when? So that I can remember that when I liked it on the paper, I did not like it on my skin. I don't remember that happening with me with the perfume. Now, the opposite has happened a few times where I don't like it on the paper and then, or the tester strip or whatever I'm spraying it on, and then I spray it on my skin and I like it. But yeah, this is nice. I will say it's not fading quickly as to where it's not still strong and potent, but that initial blast of it going straight up my nostrils, giving me a pain in my head, that is softened all the way down. It just smells so pretty and feminine. And I will say this is a floral to me done in a modern, young way. Yeah, it is pretty. I do like it. And again, that is Loveshackfancy Moon Dance. Okay, let me put this over here so we can smell it at the end again. The next fragrance we're going to talk about is Loveshackfancy Boheme. I'm going to hold it that way so you all can see it. The notes for this fragrance are peony, blackcurrant, and white amber. And those are the exact same fragrance notes that I wrote down from Fragrantica. So let's spray Boheme. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. On initial spray, this is a kind of floral I do not like. It smells old school to me. It has that very, I like sweet florals. I like pretty floral fragrances. This is one of those strong, sharp, potent, in your face, like I said, to me, a little dated smelling, mature leaning to me smelling fragrance. Green. And I'm like, what is giving me this green note? Because I have peony fragrances I like. I have amber notes. You know, this DNA I usually like. Blackcurrant, I usually don't have a problem with. So this is confusing me and surprising me. Except I'm looking at that name, Boheme. See, that makes, I don't know. Hold on. Okay, it's toned down some. That initial spray was like, whoa, and not in a good way. Okay, it's now smelling a little like, hold on. a little powdery, a little peppery floral with a hint of makes me want to think tartness. And I'm still getting a little green in here. But okay, now on initial spray, I was like, no, I don't like you. But after it has settled some, I don't hate it. I really don't. Let me smell it again. Hold on before I say this. I don't dislike it as a fragrance, but it doesn't smell like a fragrance I like for me. This kind of is making me think, when I first smelled this, it made me think of House of Sillage. I think it's called Whispers of Strength, the purple cupcake. If they still have that one, I can't remember. And like, it reminds me of that one. It's not a bad floral fragrance. It's just not how I like my floral fragrances to smell for me to wear them. Now, I'll probably wear this. This might change. And for some reason, also, this is making me think purple. I don't know if it's because it reminds me of House of Sillage, Whispers of Strength, and the cupcake was purple. But okay, the jammy, like, creaminess I picked up in Moondance. I'm picking up in Boheme the longer it sits. So I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. I still feel like this is not one I would go, oh, I want a full bottle of this one. But keep in mind, I have not worn these on my skin. But it is okay. I will say, after smelling it, after that initial blast has dried down, Boheme is one I will wear this. Like, I'm not going to give this travel spray away. Like, sometimes when I do order travel sprays, I do the videos. If it's a fragrance I really don't feel like I'm going to fall in love with, or even find layering combinations to to make myself enjoy it while I have it, I will give them away. This is one I like enough to keep. Also, it's a soapiness coming out in it. It's changing. It keeps changing whenever I smell it. Each time I smell it, and it's getting better each time I smell it. So that's good. I mean, this could turn into a love. I don't think it will, because it's something in this type of fragrance DNA that I don't love to wear. But we shall see. So those are my thoughts on Boheme, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So the last one is the one I cannot wait to smell, and it's because it's a beautiful pink bottle. I plan to have the bottles in the thumbnail, so you all will see how gorgeous these bottles are. So I would like to at least have one in my collection. So I'm hoping it's this one, but we will see. So this is Loveshackfancy Forever in Love. And looking at the notes on this one, I do not have high hopes that this is going to be the one I'm going to fall in love with, but we shall see. The notes are green pear, gardenia, and cedarwood. I do not love gardenia. I am so picky with gardenia. So we're going to see if this is a gardenia I can handle. Hold on. Or if this is a gardenia that I'm going to be like, can't do you. I don't dislike it first sniff. But again, just like with the Boheme, I'm not in love. Oh, it got in my mouth. Y'all, that got in my mouth and almost took me out. Okay. Okay, this one is reminding me of something. Why is it reminding me of the Gucci gardenia fragrance in the pink bottle? That garden collection they have, but way more potent, way more strong. For some reason, I'm picking up I'm getting the pear, and it smells like a juicy pear mixed with the floral. And this is a floral fruity fragrance. And then it feels like I'm getting a hint of sourness. And not like sour, ooh, gross. But like sour, that tart sour. That kind of sour note. And I'm looking like, what is giving me that? Is it the pear? But I feel like the pear is kind of juicy, sweet, fresh. So I don't know. This one I can't. I don't love it. I don't love it at first sniff. It's something like in the background of this fragrance that is giving me that sour, tart, floral note. And I'm guessing it's the pear. Because that's the only fruit. Hold on. Yeah, I keep smelling the pear predominantly, a little bit of the gardenia. Again, I'm not getting any woodiness from this. If cedar wood is supposed to give me woodiness, I don't feel like I'm getting that. Hold on. Again, I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. I don't quite like it, but I don't dislike it. This is what I'm going to have to wear, but it's not grabbing me. Okay, so my thoughts on this Loveshackfancy collection. This is for people who love floral fragrances. I feel like they all have a strong floral note. I mean, the packaging, it looks like, to me when I look at the perfume bottles, even these travel sprays, it makes me think floral. So it shouldn't be a shock to some people, but just in case, you would have to like florals somewhat to even want to have one of these fragrances in your collection. Do I feel like I will fall in love with all of them? I don't think I'm going to fall in love with all of them when I wear them. I feel like I'm going to fall in love with one, and I can possibly see, I can see 2 out of 3, maybe. Do I feel like I'm going to get a full bottle of a fragrance? Yes. Can I tell you which one for sure it will be? No, because I haven't worn them on my skin. But I am going to rank them. Let me smell them again. Okay, so coming in at number 3 is going to be Forever in Love. Because as I smell it, it's interesting. And sometimes fragrances that I say they're interesting, sometimes they turn into a love, sometimes they turn into a one and done. I enjoy them, but then I don't crave them back in my collection immediately or forever. Like it's a one and done and I'm good. I don't know which category this is going to fall in for, what is this called? Loveshackfancy Forever in Love, but it's interesting. But it is going to be number 3. And of course, it's the pink bottle that I was looking forward to is number 3. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Boheme or Boheme. Boheme, I don't know. Y'all will tell me. So this beat out Forever in Love because the more I smell this fragrance, the more I feel like it's powdery soapy. And if you've been watching me, you know I love that DNA. It can grow on me. And this is getting a powdery, soapy, musky type of floral fragrance that I'm liking. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to be a love, but it is number 2. And number 1 is going to be Moondance. And that's because I just immediately liked it when I smelled it. Initially, I still like it now. It is a very strong floral. I mean, I thought it had toned down, and then it looks like it said, girl, I didn't tone down. I'm still here. I'm still here ready to turn up, get lit. So, yeah, but the DNA does smell familiar. But it is number 1. So if Loveshackfancy, if they don't come out with any more fragrances, I'm not going to rush and purchase one of the perfumes, even though I do love the bottles. I plan to use up all of these travel sprays. And then once I've used up all of the travel sprays in this collection, then I will see if one is on the full bottle worthy level right now. Then I will see if one is on a full bottle worthy level then. As of right now, smelling them now, if you said, Shaughnessy, just smell them right now, which one would you get a full bottle of? Honestly, you all, I couldn't tell you, because there is one thing I will say about these fragrances. They change each time I smell each of them. And to be 3 notes that they're telling us about per fragrance, to me, that shows complexity, because I should just be smelling the same thing over and over, but each time I'm smelling these, I'm picking up something new or something different. So honestly, right now, even though Moondance was it was the like it first sniff, and I still like it, I don't feel like I would want to buy a full bottle of this one, because I feel like I have this. Not exact, but I feel like I have something similar to it. So it would be between Boheme and Forever in Love. And you were like, well, wouldn't it be Boheme? Because you just said this one was last. But then when I picked it back up again, I smelled a little sweetness, something a little different. So these I'm definitely going to have to wear and see which one, if any, that I fall in love with them. But I will say that none of them smell bad to me. None of them smell of poor quality to me. And I mean, the bottle alone, let's say you don't have a huge collection and you love florals, girl, the bottle alone is worth having. It's so vintage, chic, womanly, fancy. It's just so it. I just love it. I love that bottle. So I don't dislike any of them. I can't wait. Now, I'm not getting ready to wear these now. I will say that these fragrances to me are very, if you're a seasonal fragrance wearer, these are very spring to me. Spring. I don't know. When I think of floral fragrances, I do think of spring. I think of spring. So I am not getting ready to wear these right now. So I will not be getting a full bottle anytime soon, because I will be wearing these in the spring, or if I just feel like wearing some type of floral fragrance, which that has been known to happen sometimes. But these are very spring-like to me. Moondance could be a signature scent to me. They do have that, I take that back. Each of them kind of do have a signature scent vibe if you love floral fragrances. So, but for me, I'm not in the mood to wear these fragrances right now as of yet. If that changes, you all will know, because I'll be up here talking about them. But as of right now, I don't regret purchasing this set. Like I've said, I don't think any of them smell bad. I can't wait to try them out. And hopefully will fall in love with at least one of them and will be able to add a bottle to my collection. So if you enjoyed this review of the Love Shack fragrances and found it helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and tell me if you've tried these fragrances. What are your thoughts? What are your favorites? Do they change each time you smell them and you pick up different notes like I am? I am so curious. I can't wait to see what you all have to tell me about these fragrances. So be sure and leave it down in the comments. Please share this video with everybody, y'all, because what we're trying to do, we're still trying to grow, okay? And please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't ever miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.